Welcome back, everyone.
There's fire. Fire everywhere. We're all burning. No, just kidding.
There's not fire everywhere. Just a little bit over there. It's fine. Oh, yeah. With every sip of that energy drink, I can feel my strength returning. Oh, yeah. Let's go.
How's everyone doing?
While.
Good.
Great. Doing good.
I fell asleep on the couch for like half an hour at like 5:15. And I caught myself at a terrible part of the sleep cycle. And I woke up and I was like completely wiped.
Love it when that happens.
I was going over my notes and it was after dinner. And I was just laying there and then I was like, just kind of passed out. Now that I'm almost 40 and have a child, I find myself napping. It's pretty okay.
Good old
Yeah,
couch
love
naps.
napping. Good nap is good. Yeah.
Oh, alrighty. Anybody remember what happened last time?
Yeah, Rob killed a child.
Apparently, I killed a child.
He wasn't a child. He was like almost 20, maybe.
He was a man. He had a beard.
And I beat him to death.
He didn't have a beard.
He had his whole life ahead of him.
I wouldn't even say it was like you beat him to death. I mean, you put a spear in his shoulder and then like roundhoused him and broke his neck.
Yeah.
Yeah, beating him to death would have been merciful compared to what you did to that child.
Like I said, probably had it coming.
Somebody clip that. Beating him to death would have been merciful. What you did to that child, Rob. We'll save that one.
Inadmissible. Circumstantial at best.
Yeah.
We
He was
also
hard-
befriended some beasts, too.
Your Honor, he was hardly a child.
He's also imaginary.
He
He
almost
also
had
didn't
a
have
beard.
Yeah. He almost had his whole life ahead of him.
No, not anymore.
Till he got roundhouse kicked in the face by a bald man.
Yeah, the company made it to these ruins on the island where they're trying to help that water monster liberate its family. And in the ruins, there were these crazy pirate dudes they were up to some kind of weird activity, and they had these big lizard beasts with them. And we were able to convince the lizard beasts to help us crush all these pirates. And they're all dead now, and we are victorious. And I probably, there's probably some gaps there to fill in. Dustin, you could take over.
Did Riv ride one? I don't remember.
He attempted to, but was bucked off.
Ah, that's right. Yes.
There were some milky tentacles. That happened again.
Yes.
Milk.
Weren't we in like darkness?
Yeah, Hunger of Hadar
Riv
was
turned
cast.
And Riv
It's like
turned into a
it's like
mole.
magical darkness, but it's like double magical darkness. The dank magical darkness.
Magical dankness. No, you guys landed, got to this dilapidated stone building, found a bunch of dwarves inside. They seemed to think you were some kind of shadow fiends or something. And then well, before they had the chance to attack you or really even do anything, Salvos singled out the youngest looking one of them all and killed him immediately.
Yeah, the most childlike one.
He was like, you know what? That's the one. I could probably take him real easy, and then just went in there and cut short his barely begun life.
Just gave him a little bop.
Yep, and that's all it took. Hit him right in the soft spot.
It should be noted that he was the only icon on the mini-map that was not represented by a generic silhouette too, which might indicate something to the veteran of Dungeons and Dragons.
That one's got a face.
Whoa.
Kick
Not
it
according
off.
not according
No,
to
it
my
doesn't.
character.
Oh fuck! Here we go.
Yeah.
It's what my character would do. Defense, really?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Thank you for not metagaming.
Ain't no meta
Rob.
here.
Well done.
For that, you gain inspiration.
Hooray!
Feel free to mark it on your sheet. So after, I think you guys you beat the shit out of them, convinced the lizards to help you. I think the last remaining dwarf, you guys had like levitated into the air using Tagir's like propeller hat, and then just started
That's
fucking
right.
shooting him because he was like freaking out and firing wildly into the crowd of you with a crossbow. And then he
And
was
then we let him down for a splat.
yeah, and just dropped his ass from like 20 feet up. He died.
But as a result, the propeller helmet is no longer magical.
Yeah, no, it's just dumb looking.
It's just a double propeller hat. I'll remember you.
So then the lizards were set free, and off the party marched into the jungle as the sun dipped below the horizon and night fell across the ocean and the island. I think Alara's cast dancing lights, and those were discovered to be like actively repressed by the darkness surrounding you. Tagir cast light on his crossbow to discover a similar effect. Riv tried to turn into a bat but couldn't. And then a lengthy discussion on
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
suitable animals. At one point, it was asked, okay, what other animal doesn't have eyes? And Kim said a frog. And
Oh, women.
Did I say that? I don't remember that.
yeah, check the tapes. It's on there. And then the next question was, okay, well, what else uses echolocation? And then I said a dolphin. I was like, well, that doesn't help either. So then the group finally settled on the form of a mole. And then another 5 minutes of discussion about what does tremor sense even mean.
Yeah, we've never used that before.
It worked great.
It doesn't really exist in very many places in D&D. There are like only a few creatures that have it. a mole being one of them. So with the mole on the ground, like leading the party, its little face pressed to the ground, scooting along the jungle floor. You guys kept marching. This music is not darkness enough.
Give me blacker than the blackest coffee.
There we go. So as you all march further and further into the jungle,
The mighty jungle.
we already did. We
Looks
did
like-
that joke last time.
I know, but I couldn't help myself.
Did we all in chorus go Awim Bowip Awim? Because I don't remember that.
No, only
Oh,
you
I think
did.
you did. Yeah.
Oh.
And then I went, oh, we.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
okay. Well, that's pretty
yeah,
good. That's
yeah,
pretty funny.
Yeah. So yeah, we're good. We got that. That's out of the way.
And it looks like to indicate our direction, Dustin drew kind of a weird arrow, which somebody appears to have vandalized and turned into
Some
Oh
kind
my
of
goodness.
an Eastern symbol for good luck.
Yeah. Holy fuck. That's why we can't have anything.
I thought that was the bathhouse. What?
Holy shit. So we ended up where we left off was the party marching further into the jungle, following the mole's tremor sense until you guys could hear like a large, rumbly, like slow, audible breathing, almost like a breathing, but almost sounding like the grinding of stone on stone in sort of a slow, kind of rhythmic pattern.
Would you say that it would be fair to describe it as pulsing?
Yeah. And the last thing you all saw was kind of like a looming stone structure and a large carved stone statue that had toppled almost, it looked like. And as you approached it, it took on the shape of like a humanoid head, like a large head carved from stone that was like kind of crashed and tilted and laying on the ground. But this thing is probably like 10-15 feet from head to chin and probably 8 to 12 feet across. Very large.
Can we identify it at all? Like,
Yeah,
do
can we tell
recognize
if the...
like what kind of culture this is, or
Yeah.
is it of a character, like a famous historical figure that we should know about?
Someone could make I suppose like a history check.
Yeah, I could
do
make one of those. 18.
18.
Let's roll, Bob.
Starting out strong. What What languages do you speak, Selvos?
Common, Dwarvish, Elvish, and Sylvan.
So as you look at this thing, and your guys's, 15 feet, maybe 20 feet of dim light that you're giving off, kind of begins to illuminate this. You can see it's, a large carved stone humanoid kind of shaped head crumpled on the ground. You can hear this like grinding of stone sound kind of reverberating through this clearing. And as you look at the at the statue at the head, if you had to guess, the statue probably, if this was part of a statue that was standing at one point, given the proportions, it probably would have been 40, 50 feet tall. You can see engravings all over the face in a language you can understand. What you can surmise from an 18, like the history of the region, basically in the southern Lucidian Ocean where you guys are, there are a multitude of scattered small islands, and they're known as the Shattered Teeth. These islands that you're on are kind of north of that a bit, but a little bit kind of a part of that strand. Nobody really knows the history of these islands, but it has been documented from various explorers and adventurers that many ancient civilizations had called these lands home many years ago. Like, there's history on them going back hundreds of years, but I mean, the divergence has been like 800 or almost 900 years ago, and not much is known about these islands before that. It is known that they were settled by some people, but not much more than that is known. You can't really... There's nothing about the shape or look of it that strikes you as anything noteworthy that kind of catches your memory. It's old. It's doesn't look like anything that you've seen before, and it's got engravings all over it that seem to be script that you don't understand. And as you guys stand there, you can just hear this slow droning.
Can I identify the source of the noise with my tremor sense? Or are we very near?
It seems to be coming from this head, if not a little bit past it and down in the ground.
All right, I'm going to start burrowing. I'm a mole.
How fast can you dig?
Super fast. Let me bring up the old
The old mole.
The old mole
5e
man.
Mole.
The tail of the mole tape.
Giant mole is what I am, I believe.
Mole.
Oh, it's big. I thought it was just like a mole-ass mole.
It might be. Yeah, I think I am just a mole. Sorry. I forgot to bring up my chart.
Probably 20 feet. I can't imagine it's that big.
Does not. It doesn't say on this chart. Oh. Nope. I have to find a better chart.
D&D 5th edition mole burrow speed. No, not mobile speed.
D5e. I'll just go back. I have the.
30 feet, burrow 15 feet, I think.
That
Wait, hold
sounds
on.
right.
Yeah, that does sound right. We'll
Hold
go with
on.
that for now.
Hold on. No, I was looking at that was mole rat. Mole is speed 20 feet, burrow 5 feet.
There we go. B shapes. I found what I was using before.
So anyways, you start digging.
Yep.
As you begin to burrow, where are you burrowing, like, in relation to this thing? You, like, right up next to it?
Yeah, I'm getting close, and then like
And then just
burrowing
kinda-
towards the source of the tremor.
As you begin digging down, you don't have to go far, probably 15 or 20 feet before you hit, like, solid stone.
Okay.
And at that point, like that depth, you basically, when you run into it and you touch that stone, you can feel it vibrating, contracting, expanding as if it were breathing almost. The rest of you up on the surface, you watch Riv's little mole ass go boop and go poof, and start digging straight down, in a little spray of dirt flying out. And as he digs down for a moment, you just hear the sound of grinding stone as the eyes begin to open on this statue, like letting out kind of like a pale, dim gray light.
Riv,
uh,
Riv,
from
you might want to get back here.
To get
You
your
can
stuff to
can you
like
hear me
back out.
underground? I'm gonna stomp on the ground like really hard.
Okay. Riv will emerge from his burrow, and I'll drop wild shape.
I just
The
point.
statue's
towards
eyes
the
open.
head.
The statue's
Yeah.
eyes open.
Okay.
Cover your eyes. It might petrify you or something, man.
And like, so what?
Something bad might happen.
You
Oh my.
who dares awaken my slumber?
Who are
There's these
you?
dwarves from earlier. We've run them off.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
We seek some knowledge.
It begins speaking in a language that I suppose Alaris and Tagir, Riv, Alaris and Riv don't understand.
Well, what language is that?
You two would recognize it as primordial.
Yeah, I understand that one.
Oh, sorry, I meant
Do
Kim
understand.
and Rob.
Okay.
Yes, Salvos, sorry.
Yeah, I don't understand shit on that one. Never mind. I say nothing.
Yeah, you two hear a strange series of sounds. It could be thought of as a language, but it just sounds like the grinding of stone to you.
Though I do get a really giddy look in my face seeing this all happen.
What does it say?
It says, fools, this place is lost. Please, leave me to sleep. Save yourselves while you can. For the Dawn Drinker stalks these lands, can no longer be contained. We have failed.
What is the Dawn Drinker?
The creature sees all through impenetrable darkness. It craves to devour the Watcher's light.
All right, well, we're just looking for like a watery snake.
It doesn't respond.
Okay, well,
Oh, sounds like there's an interesting beast down here.
what if I just continue excavating that rumbling stone I found beneath your severed head? Would that help you out in any way, or?
What is lost can be found.
It's
It's my
meaningful and
charge
sagacious.
to stay here and guard our temple. It's not my place to leave.
And where's the temple?
Just beyond.
All right then.
You can feel the ground. Oops. You can feel the ground kind of begin to shake a bit as you can see the stone moving a little bit, but you can't move or gesture or do anything.
Well, with due respect, destroyed haunted statue, we appear to be doing a little bit better than you, so we'll take it from here and you enjoy your rest. And then Riv gives it a little kiss on the forehead.
as you do, all you hear is just as its eyes slowly kind of begin to close, dispelling the the light that it was shining on your group, the small amount it was able to produce. And as your eyes kind of readjust, you can see a bit of the remains of some kind of stone stairs and more of a broken building kind of behind it.
Riv turns to Alaris and he just shrugs. He's like, "See, this is no big deal."
Whatever you say.
Look, a
After
temple.
you.
All right, Riv. He's gonna go ascend the stairs.
Salvos follows closely behind as well.
As you guys begin to ascend the stairs, you get to what it's like what remains of a squat stone building. It appears that the roof it's mostly collapsed in. It's only got 3.5 walls left. It's a stone archway entrance at the front. It seems to be really only a single chamber from the outside of it, looking no more than 15, 20 feet across. And as you guys begin ascending the stairs, you can almost feel the hair on the back of your neck begin to stand up. And you all hear a voice. Well, I guess those of you who speak primordial would understand it. A voice enter your mind, and it just kind of says, "All playthings, I see you, and I long to take the light from your eyes."
There is a dark evil in this temple. In case that fortuitous
like things
voice you
speaking
all
into my
just
mind.
heard in your head wasn't clue enough.
It was just a bunch of gibberish.
It's a
Very dangerous gibberish.
yeah. It said something about extinguishing the light in our eyes. You know what?
So
I
we'll
think
watch
I
our
think Alara
backs.
should go first. She is the dimmest of all of us.
Well, I mean, I actually probably am, so. Is the temple lit? Sorry.
No, we are shrouded in magical, horrifying darkness.
Oh, right.
That's why I had to turn into a
Yeah.
mole.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
if you
okay.
guys are all in a line, the person at the back can maybe see 7 or 8 feet past the person at the front of the group. And if you look behind you, like, you almost swear that the darkness closes in behind you.
It just swallows everything.
It's like inky and thick. Like,
Inky or milky? Have some
Inky.
competing darkness here.
This is black milk.
Black milk.
Damn.
Oh.
Delicious.
Fucking hate that.
At least it's not green.
Sounds like someone's trying to do some farming with some droids that got bad motivators.
So Lars, yes, you
I will make my way slowly down the stairs, I guess, and just try and keep my senses open as much as I can.
yeah, okay, so sorry. For a better visual, like basically what appeared to be a stone statue that is probably stuck into the ground and half buried over with only the head protruding, the path behind it up like a single flight of, maybe 5 or 6 stairs.
Oh, we're
And
going
then,
up.
yeah, and then
Oh.
it's the building and then kind of stone around it that goes past the building into darkness and more jungle you can't see.
Okay, well, I will slowly make my way up the stairs then.
As you approach, you can see the faint outline of the entryway, the stone arch, covered in moss and vines. This building looks like it has been collapsed for quite some time. Can you roll a perception check for me?
$21.
You you hear a snap of a twig and the rustling of some leaves off into the trees to your right, and then you hear a few, like animal calls, maybe like a monkey or something, or a bird flying through the trees off to your left.
Does Riv perceive those?
What's your passive? Like 16, 14?
Yep, 16. Perception,
16?
I assume?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely notice.
Can I
as
interpret
well.
them?
The one off to your left, if you had to guess, had to be a smaller creature up in trees, like some kind of primate or maybe like a marsupial or something, or maybe even a bird.
No, I don't want to identify them. Like, one of my abilities is I can basically understand animals. Like, can I make sense of what they're communicating? Is it a warning? Like the sounds they're making?
Oh. Uh,
Like I got a Dr. Doolittle thing going on here.
right. It sounds like they're communicating to each other to kind of relay positioning to each other. Basically like Marco Polo, or hey, where are you? I'm right here. Where are you? And off to the right of you, sounds like a larger creature, but it's on the ground. And it's
Okay.
only for a few seconds, and then you don't hear anything. If you take away adventurer paranoia, most people would think that it could just be typical, nighttime animal jungle sound.
All right. Yeah,
So
don't worry about that, Alaris. That's just animals do that in the night. It's normal animal stuff. Nothing really unusual actually going on here on this haunted ziggurat, as far as I can tell. This is just normal stuff. So you're doing great. Keep going.
Just roll my eyes and keep going. Yeah.
do you enter? Alaris, as you stand in front of the doorway?
Is the door open?
It doesn't
Or
have a door.
is there a door? There's no door. Okay.
No, it's just an archway and crumpled stone inside.
It's a no doorway.
I guess on a 21 on perception and your keen vision, though combated by the environment as it is, you can make out like a crumbling like stone altar inside.
Can I like inspect like the archway like of the door where the door used to be before I go through it? Like just to
Make an investigation. What are you trying to discern?
if there's just anything like embedded in the archway, like just if it's like a trap.
We're searching
Any
for
traps
clues, man.
around.
Come on.
Yeah.
This is standard adventurer protocol.
Yeah, I got
Well,
my
I
handy
mean-
dandy notebook and I'm ready to go look for clues.
Well, I mean, you know, like you could be looking at the archway to see what the stone is made out of.
Yeah.
You could like look for engravings. You could be looking for traps. You could be looking for what the door could have been made out of. You need to be a little more specific, please.
I'd like to know where the clues are hidden, please.
All around you, but you can't fucking see them.
I'm looking for traps and just
Anything out of the ordinary?
yeah.
Okay, make an investigation check, please.
Nine.
Looks like a half.
Good.
German for
Crumbling,
what you
Fine.
find.
Yeah, exactly. Nicked.
It's
Like,
just ruins, boys. Let's go.
Yeah, I told you, Riv says as he strides confidently through the not trapped or haunted archway.
I let Riv go through first by himself.
oh shit. Yeah, as you guys begin walking up, and Alaris just kind of turns a bit, and Riv walks right past her. You enter the single chamber of this building. It is, you know, maybe 20 feet across, 15 feet deep. There's
Can we get a third dimension, please?
probably like 8 to 12 feet of walls left on this thing.
All right.
No ceiling.
Okay.
Half of it's crumbled and caved in. There's maybe 10, 12 feet of area inside of this place that isn't covered by rubble that had collapsed inwards. And ahead of you, you see a crumbling stone altar. And on it, you see like on a small stone pedestal, like a geometric shape. Almost like basically if you took like the wire or like the edges of like a D12, almost like a cage made out of well, an unidentifiable material at this distance. But yeah, it looks like a framework.
How large
Just-
is it?
Maybe like a little bit smaller than a soccer ball. Maybe about the size of like a I don't
Okay.
know, like a 10-pound medicine ball, or maybe like a bowling ball. Yeah, there we go. That's accurate.
What like what size of bowling ball? Is this a ladies' bowling ball?
Like your standard, like was it like a 12-pound like 10-pin bowling ball?
Okay. All right. Riv's
But it is
gonna.
angled in geometric kind of cage that size with open faces to it and nothing inside. And it kind of
Oh, wait. Does it look like things can be like inserted into it? Like there's slots, or
You horny bastard.
uh
Well,
you
it's
could
it's like a wire almost. Like it's hollow, obviously, and
yeah. Yeah, it's the shape of a like a D12, but it doesn't have any faces. And the inside of it is hollow. So it's like a cage, but like a geometric shape.
wow, Salvos, look at that thing. Wouldn't that be a great thing to pick up and examine closely and interact with?
Tagir picks it up to take a closer look.
Perfect. I was gonna say, yeah, go ahead and pick it up. Have at it. See what happens.
As he does, holds it up and says, "Fascinating."
Yeah, as you pick this thing up and examine it,
And then he explodes.
it's it only weighs a couple of pounds. It's lighter than you would expect. The material is rough to the touch, almost like sandstone. It's got like a grit. It's not a smooth surface. Alaris, make a religion check.
D20.
Boom.
As Tagir picks this thing up and begins inspecting it, you instantly recognize what it looks like to you. And the last time you saw an object that looked anything similar to this, and it bears quite a resemblance, although this is a much simpler and older looking version of the object you saw. The last time you saw something like this was years and years and years ago. The last time you were with your family, when you were about to undergo the rite of consecration. And this looks similar to a Luxon's beacon.
Tagir, let me see that.
And I'll hand it over. What do you know what it is?
it looks familiar for some reason.
What does it do?
Oh, I don't know yet.
As you look this thing over, you can feel the grit to the outside of it. It's constructed of a material that you're not familiar with. It's very light, but seems to be very sturdy. It doesn't feel like it feels much stronger than it appears. It looks ancient, and it looks old enough that it should almost feel like it should crumble to dust when you pick it up, but it's lightweight and strong and sturdy, and you can feel some of the grit come off in your hands, and as you look at your hands, you can see almost like a crystalline kind of residue left on your fingertips where you touch it. And Tagir, as you picked it up off of the altar, it was kind of sitting in a. It had basically like a small pile of powder like underneath it.
Okay.
I wonder what this is. I've never seen this before.
But yeah, it bears a striking resemblance to the beacon in Rosona that you had seen all those years ago.
Tagir sticks his finger in the dust and gives it a lick. Ah, yes. Hmm.
Tasty?
Well,
It's like salty and chalky,
salty.
but it's
Chalky.
almost like it. If it reminded you of anything, it would be like extremely finely ground, like gem dust.
I'll
Tastes almost like gem dust, just like very glassy. Ah.
I'll turn to the others and say this beacon. There's a beacon in my religion that looks just like this, but smaller. And
Can you
this
channel
material
magic
is so
through that?
light. Well, I don't really
Like,
have
what
it,
is
a
it?
lot
What
of
did it
magic.
do?
The legends say that it allows you to be reborn. So you can live forever that way.
To outsiders, the legends say that it allows people to live forever. Alaris, you know this to be true. You've seen it.
Well, that's absolutely fascinating.
Yes, very fascinating.
An immortality thing? Yeah. We should hang on to this.
Well, this is just a poor imitation of the real thing. I don't know if this one would even work.
And where is this real thing at?
In my home, my hometown, my home country.
Sounds like I'm
They
gonna have to
would-
pay a
they-
visit.
I doubt very much that you'll be able to get in without permission.
Not my ways.
Salvos, make a a history or a religion.
17 on a history.
So, being on this side of the world, probably 20 years ago, there was a war, a brewing conflict between the Dwendalian Empire and the lands of Xhorhas to the east. In the lands of Xhorhas, there is said to be a city, Rosona, the City of Night, where drow live on the surface in a city covered in a perpetual nightfall of their own creation.
Ooh.
It is said that they believe in a religion that allows them to live above ground. Though not much is known about it, not many drow are seen outside of Xhorhas because of this conflict. The war had erupted in a few small border skirmishes and battles, and luckily was settled before anything too serious happened. And the lands are kind of in a uneasy ceasefire for the last 15 years or so.
Oh, so kind of like North Korea, South Korea. They're amicable, but they're still technically at war.
Yeah, it's just we'll stay on this side of the mountains, you stay on that side of the mountains, and we'll just not fuck with each other.
Might lob something across the mountains every once in a while just to make sure they're awake.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, they have some kind of religion that, rumor has it, allows them to have all kinds of magical powers and live on the surface, but it's hard to get accurate records of what that means because they're so protective of it.
Right.
So when a drow like Alaris says her homeland, you naturally assume that she's referring to Rosona in Xhorhas,
Okay.
which is basically on the east, kind of eastern half of Wildmount, the continent that you are on, and you guys are in the southwest part of the ocean off the west coast, like on the other side of the continent.
Okay.
From it. But yeah, that's what you know about Drow and
Okay.
Xhorhas.
Do they still worship Lolth in this world?
On Jorhas, that's how we can live above the ground. And that's all I'm going to say about that.
The evil spirit here spoke about snuffing out the light. Could this be the source of the light? I mean, maybe
Possibly.
light is a metaphor for life. It often is in poetry.
Well, let's take a look around, I guess, and see if there's any other clues.
On that history, well, actually, make a religion as well, Salvos, in regards to Drow and Lolth.
21.
Bobby, your
It
dice are on
is
fire, man. Well done.
Fire.
it is known among scholars and theologists that
It is.
that Drow historically live in the Underdark and worship the Spider Queen.
All right.
but that is in conflict with what you know about the existence of Jorhas and the drow in Rizona.
Okay. Distinct.
Yeah, Kim's one of the good ones.
Good with quotations.
So,
Okay,
yeah.
well, I mean, no big deal here, guys. It's just a ruins, I think. We gotta find this serpent. We have an oath to fulfill here. I say we move on.
I will tuck the little beacon inside my bag.
Okay. Feel free to add that to your inventory. It probably weighs like 5 pounds. Because we are tracking encumbrance, but ignoring coin weight. Keep that in mind.
So do I just add like a
Takir
beacon?
watches her put it in the bag, and then turns back, looks at the altar and the dust. Looks a little quizzically,
Oh, cool.
and then says, maybe just like the resurrection spell, they use some sort of expensive diamond in this.
Anyone have an expensive diamond?
I know I don't.
I've got some moon rust.
Yeah.
I want some moon rust. Need a little pick me up.
No, I never touch the stuff.
Well, who took the small pouch of gems that we got like when we fought those guys?
Yeah, let's inspect that for an expensive diamond.
It does not contain any diamonds.
No.
The diamond needs to be worth at least 1,000
Oh, yeah.
for the resurrection spell, so I'm sure, yeah, it's an expensive ass diamond.
Wait, who are we resurrecting?
Do I have? I mean, surely I have.
No, it was my suggestion based off of seeing what looks to be to me gem dust on the altar,
Oh.
and you saying that it's keeps people possibly immortal. I mean,
Let's
might
place
be
that thing
something
on the
to
altar
keep
and
in mind.
put some kind of gem in there. What do we got? Who knows? Let's do some experiments here.
Just throw the whole
was
bag
the
with
source.
it.
Yeah.
throw the whole bag of gems in.
Yeah,
I mean,
why not?
Why not?
See what happens.
No, I'm gonna take
What'd
it
you say,
out and
Alaris?
just inspect it. I'm just gonna concentrate on it for like a minute.
I cast guidance on Alaris because clearly
Alaris,
she
you're-
needs some.
Sorry, what are you doing? You're going to
Gonna
focus
inspect
on
it.
the
Yeah.
beacon?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna inspect this thing further. We're gonna make you describe it another
We're gonna
way.
inspect it
That's
real
what we're doing.
hard.
To you, the players are doing this to you, the DM.
As you sit there or you stand there or what have you with the beacon and kind of concentrate on it and inspect it closely, you think of the last time you saw it or saw one like it. Almost identical in construction, though the one that you saw at your family's planned consecution, it had like a gray glowing light inside of it that would almost wash around on the inside of it like sparkling crystal, like almost like liquid energy inside of it, almost cloudy at times. Just kind of swirled and emanated this kind of dull gray light from within. And as you inspect this beacon that you're holding, this broken shell of one, you remember staring into the beacon in Rosona and a feeling of limitless possibility kind of filled your mind as you gazed deeply into it. But that was before the strange reaction that occurred that kind of set you on your current course, which brought you to where you are now. For a brief moment, you remember what life was like with your family before everything went wrong. And how your life now, in some ways, is a mere shell of what it once was, much like the beacon in your hands.
But in other ways, i.e., your friendship with the infamous Rilvaril Elamare, it's greatly improved. So, balance.
Like on some Grey Jedi shit. But yeah, it looks old and inert compared to the last one you saw all those years ago.
This thing is useless now. And a tear like rolls down my cheek, and I throw it to the ground and smash it.
Yeah, as she does that, spikes it off of the ground, just ting, 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 and just kind of rolls off into the darkness. It doesn't break when you throw it.
Oh. We should keep moving. We have
And that's when you hear
time is
a
pressing.
voice from behind you, from the statue. And it just says, The Guardian approaches.
The Guardian is approaching.
Oh, that sounds ominous.
Guardian of the temple?
And then you just hear thump, 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 the sound of heavy bounding footsteps off from the trees to your right. And
Ah, great. You must be the Guardian. We've been waiting for you.
I get my katana ready to.
a large quadrupedal creature bursts from the tree line. And you see the silhouette of three heads begin screaming into the sky. And we'll take a quick break there.
Those are just normal animal noises.
Well, those aren't.
Alrighty, BRB.
All right.